Hi, Democrats. Today is Thursday, October 14th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Life. Happy Thursday. I actually know what day of week it is today. So, national news. I want to talk about national news today. I've been hearing all week. The first time I heard it, I kind of blew it off because I thought it wasn't real. But I've been hearing all week that, we all know that Congress and the Senate are fighting over the infrastructure bill. But what I keep hearing is that people don't know what's in the infrastructure bill. They don't know what we're fighting about. And maybe that's why no one's holding folks accountable. No one's saying, hey, this is what we need to vote for. So I thought I'd take a little time today and talk about what is in the Build Back Better plan and what is in the infrastructure plan and how we're going to pay for it and all of that kind of good stuff so that we're in tune with what's going on the national level. So the infrastructure deal, the bipartisan infrastructure deal, which started out at like 5.2, made its way down to 3.5, and we're somewhere less than 3.5 right now. And basically, what the infrastructure bill is about is replacing our roads and bridges, replacing our lead pipes, installing electric vehicle, the little plug-ins, the charging stations, and just basic infrastructure stuff. That's the hard infrastructure stuff. The soft infrastructure is, making it where families can afford to work if they need to work, which means, credit for daycare, credit for elder care, because a lot of folks and a lot of my peers are in what we call the sandwich generation, where you're not only taking care of kids, but you're taking care of your parents. And so there's a crunch there. And if you're doing that and you're a woman, chances are you've been kind of out. You've been out of the workforce due to the pandemic. And so this is a way for women and, Americans in whole, but women are the ones most affected that can get back in the workforce, because now you can afford daycare, you can afford elder care, you can afford to make sure that your family is taken care of because of the tax credits for elder care and for child care. Those are big things, and people want to pretend like that is not infrastructure. But as far as I'm concerned, infrastructure are those things that make it easier for you to get to work. Those things that make it easier for you to get on with your life. And getting to work, if you can't leave your house because you have daycare and elder care, you can't get to work. If you can't get to it, just the same as not being able to get to work because the bridges and roads are crumbled. Just the same as can't afford gasoline, can't afford to buy an electric car because the cost is outside of your reach. These are all infrastructure ideas. And for those who keep pretending like they're not, understand, we see you pretending. Elder care is a big deal. And I say that as someone who has a 90-something-year-old grandmother, not my place to tell her age, a 90-something-year-old grandmother that my mother is helping to take care of. Elder care is a big deal. And we need to make it where folks can stay in their home. I talked to a gentleman yesterday who literally was telling me that he was moving into an elder care situation that was going to cost him, brace yourself, $80,000 a year. Everybody can't afford that. But the man said $80,000 a year. And I feel for him for having to go into that situation. I am relieved for him that he can even consider a situation where it's going to cost him $80,000 a year to be taken care of in his elder years. So it's not cheap, folks. It's not cheap. I wish my family were in a position to be able to afford to help my grandmother in a situation where, she was getting $80,000 a year care. But my family is not in that situation. And so I'm grateful that President Biden is looking for ways to help families out as they take care of their elders with dignity. And to me, that's the kind of the big thing: taking care of their elders with dignity. Other parts of the Build Back Better agenda there's three main things: there's climate, healthcare, and taking care of the family. So we're talking about tackling the climate crisis by creating good paying union jobs, like building electric cars, building clean energy for the future, which makes it, and this is a big one, particularly over the last 6 months, how we've seen when we don't have a good infrastructure system for energy, how it crashes our energy grids. And this is building our energy grid so that we can withstand extreme weather. Healthcare, making healthcare more affordable and accessible, and lowering healthcare costs and premiums and costs for prescription drugs, and then taking care of your family. Child tax care credit, elder care, making it more affordable, and letting women get back to work, and paying for pre-K for children up to the age of 4. That's a big deal. And this is what we're fighting about. It's not some power grab, some money grab. We're fighting to help middle class Americans have some breathing room. Just have some breathing room to be able to know that with that one job, they can afford to keep a roof over their head and take care of their families. So the big deal is we went from 5.9 down to 3.5, and I think we're even lower than 3.5. Where are we getting this money? We are getting this money by making sure that everyone pays their fair share. It shouldn't be like this big, huge concept. If you are in the top 1% of wage earners, you shouldn't be exempt from paying taxes. But our crazy tax code system allows for the wealthiest not to pay taxes, where our wealthiest are paying more in taxes than teachers. That doesn't make sense. It's not fair. And what we're seeking to do is to bring that down and make it more fair. I just wanted to talk about this because, like I said, I can't get away from it. I turn on the news and everybody's saying people don't even know what's in it. People don't know what the big deal is. Well, if you check in with me every once in a while, I will share with you what the big deal is. It's good paying union jobs. It's access to elder care, access to daycare. It's rebuilding our roads, our bridges, our energy grid, our lead water pipes. Everybody talks about Flint, Michigan. We have counties right here in Oklahoma that have water equal to or worse than what they have in Flint. We don't talk about it. And if we don't talk about it, we don't face it, we're not resolving it. But there's money in the Build Back Better plan to address that. Because I care about the kids in Flint because they're human beings, but I also care about the kids in Oklahoma because they're my neighbors, they're my community. Some of them are my family. And so we need to be conscious of it and do what we can. So if you know folks who are saying they don't know what's in it, it's not that hard. It is provisions to take care of Oklahomans, make sure that we have access to quality health care. You guys haven't heard that. Make sure that we have access to economic opportunity. You guys haven't heard Democrats talking about that. And paying for pre-K for 3 and 4-year-olds. That's access to quality education. Things that we've been talking about at this level. I've been talking about it for a year at this level. We're now talking about it on the national level. All righty, guys, just wanted to give you that update so that Oklahomans can know what's in the Build Back Better plan, know what's in the infrastructure plan, so that when they're saying people don't know, I will hear in my head, people outside of Oklahoma don't know because Oklahoma knows. All righty, guys, thanks for joining me. Sharing is caring, and I'll be back tomorrow at 4:15. Have a great